Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Pathfinder Kingmaker, and you know this screen. This is the Kingdom Mechanics or Kingdom Management screen. In the previous episode, we were fortunate enough to add some more territory to the barony. We now also have the, not sure how to pronounce it, the Kamelands or the Kamelands. In any case, they're ours now. So what I want to do is I want to create a settlement here. And I'm gonna do that as close as possible to the capital once again. So that's going to be this location right here. So we're founding a new settlement, and we are not gonna call it Shambling Steps. We are gonna call it Lost Library. In ancient times, there used to be a very important library in this location. It has been lost for decades and decades and decades on end. I really hope that at some point there is the possibility to build an actual library. I'm not quite sure if that is one of the building possibilities, but if it is, it's going to be built here for sure. Now I'm doing this as a little bit of a surprise. Lost Library is a YouTube channel, and is someone who is also doing a playthrough of XCOM Enemy Unknown, and we're both really enjoying each other's episodes. And he was so kind to make me a soldier in his playthrough of XCOM Enemy Unknown. And so as a bit of a surprise, I'm going to turn him into one of the settlements in my game. So here we go. Lost Library is now a settlement in our barony, the Hold of Blackforge. Of course, we need to build stuff there, but first I want to go through a bunch of things again. Here we go again. It's the there is this event in Spain, I think, called the Running of the Bulls. Well, this is something similar. It's the I don't know, the thinking of a good word in English. The administration of the projects, something like that. I'm not quite sure. That doesn't sound as exciting as the Running of the Bulls, but so we have two events here. One being done by Jubilost, which takes 14 days. One being done by Tristian, takes 20 days. And as you can tell, we have a whole bunch of things to do. What I want to do here is, let me see which one I want to do. I have 364 build points. Okay, so the restoration of the Talden mine gives us +3 community and +3 economy. And Valerie is available for that, so I'm gonna put Valerie on this one. It's gonna cost me 100 BP though. There we go. And then I think, let's see, there was another one I could do with the general, I believe. Is Amiri taken? No, she's not occupied at the moment. I could rank up the military as well. That's also a possibility. Let's see. This one, yes. So restoration of Bronze Shield Fortress is a possibility. Gives 1 military and 2 stability, but it also costs 100 BP. So I think I might get a lot more stats if I just build up Lost Library. So let's let's rank up the military. Let's rank up Amiri once more. And then I think Jubilust will be finished as well once this is done. So let's go. The military has reached rank 3 thanks to the general and the baron. The barony's military has reached new heights. Okay. The attack from the bold Hilltop is expected in 2 weeks. This is our final chance to prepare. Yeah, if only I knew what I had to do to prepare, and I really don't know actually. A temple for the people. The advisor was competent enough to organize the construction. Not a single coin was pilfered or wasted. Thank you very much, Jubilust. Strengthen Kessel's skill as a general. The advisor learns new nuances of their craft and becomes more efficient in their post, but Kessel is not the general. So is this another one to get a new advisor? Could that be the case? A Fey magician visited a settlement and made everyday things come to life. The people seem to be more frightened than amused by the minor and generally harmless anomaly. We could send Harem out to deal with that. A DC 15, yeah, why not? Let's put another crisis point in there. 90% success chance, should be fine. Now, I didn't make a very efficient use of the time in the game. Because I could have just put a number of buildings up here already. That would have actually made a lot more sense to already build a good number of buildings here and then advance time with the general. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. We're gonna start with the regular stuff, building the wall and the pier. We cannot build a watchtower here yet. Maybe I need to visit this place first to meet the artisans, and then I can put their shop in here as well. So let's keep it like this for a moment. Not quite sure. Okay, so for the troll trouble, there is one more quest that I need to fulfill, and that is going to the nymph in the Verdant Chambers, and I have to go there alone. And then there is one other errand quest. Well, there is two actually. Going to the meeting the artisans there is an errand as well. But bringing the mushrooms to the Beldame is also in the same direction as the Verdant Chambers. So I was thinking of just doing those two, and then I can completely finish off the troll trouble chapter pretty much. And that's right in time, I think, because the next attack at Hilltop is coming in about 2 weeks. So let's do that. Alright, I'm heading out all on my own. It's quite exciting. So let's head to the Verdant Chambers first.
plan.
A skeletal salesman? Seriously? With a burning horse? What are you doing here? A skeleton walks slowly towards you. His skull is filled with coins, which glimmer through his empty eye sockets, clinking with every step. He halts beside a cart filled with valuable-looking items. He waves at you in a friendly manner with his bony hands. Hello, hello, allow me to introduce myself. I am the skeletal salesman. Do not look upon my face or its absence. Look at my wares. Choose, buy. Waria. Oh, this story is as sad as it is cautionary. I was once like you, wandering in search of adventure, fearlessly delving into dark caves, hidden temples, and ancient ruins, taking whatever I pleased. But then I set forth on an adventure which was to crown my career. I discovered the den of a dead dragon, a massive treasure trove lied within. I could purchase all of Absalom with such a hoard, and half of Restov with the change. The owner lay dead upon a heap of gold, bare bones, just as I am now, breathless and still. How was I to know he wasn't truly dead, or rather he was, but not quite? You know, undead, a dragon leech. Couldn't have imagined it in my wildest dreams. He grabbed a hold of me with his bony talon and I bid my life farewell. But then I looking upon the pile of bones and equipment left behind by the dragon's former guests, and my panicked mind coughed forth a brilliant idea, an idea worth 1,000,000 coins. I offered the dragon a deal, and he agreed. Imagine that. You see, dragons are greedy for treasure, but they have no needs of swords and armor, so I offered to hold a sale. I would turn the junk he has been storing for ages into newly minted coins. The dragon approved of the idea and gave me the job. He did, however, place a curse upon me, as you can see. Now I am but bare bones. But fear not, to tell you the truth, I rather enjoy it. I go wherever I please, talk to interesting people, and no longer need I fear death. Well, I'm curious what you're selling, so show me your wares. With great pleasure. Here, look, choose, buy. He's a great salesman. What do you have? A whole bunch of +1 weapons, it seems. Yeah, there's some fun stuff in here. So I'm wondering, does he deal, like... Will he buy that? I guess. Yeah, how about you give me 9,000 gold and... It's kind of against the dragon's wishes, what you're doing now, but, you know. Cool.
In due time.
Thank you, skeletal salesman. I'm going to ignore the fact that you're undead. Exploring new areas. How about that? Here we are, the Verdant Chambers.
I tire.
Right, so we've been here before, but she didn't appear because we were not alone. So let's see if that happens, if she appears now. Oh, here we go. Oh shit.
Oh, you did come. And alone, just as I asked. Do you not know, my loyal hound, that the brightest flowers are also the most poisonous?
Ooh, is this a trap? I cannot guess why it wished to feed me to a pack of monsters, but I'm sure we can come to an understanding.
Oh, if it was so easy. But the vanquished can only accept the fate prepared them by the victor. Do you not know this?
Guardian of the Bloom, you are not so nice, to say it politely.
How many times have I seen countries and kingdoms arise from the dust, only to fall into dust once more? Thus will it be with your barony. For what is a barony without its baron? This is how it must be. The stolen lands will remain no one's, die or run. There is nothing you can change.
Well, that kind of sucks. There is an owlbear, a young hydra, and a ferocious manticore. Holy crap, what am I gonna do now? So, the Smilodon. How about you attack this young hydra? And then Grenn, maybe it would be good to... Call lightning. Ooh. That sounds good. How about we do that? See what happens. Okay, so they're not attacking all at once. Okay, well, how about I change into, let's see, a wolf, a leopard, small elemental. How about a wolf? That one is dead. Okay, well. Really good thing that we have the Smilodon. Really good thing we had a Smilodon. Okay, now, where... Was there more? Like, what is the sound? Oh, okay. Who are you, Red Cap? Well, that one didn't last long. Yeah. Do fancy stuff and die. How about that? Okay. Is there more of them? Yeah, we're gonna take it slow. So I don't really want to set off more Okay. So far, so good. Nothing happening over there. I think there is another one coming. Yep, there is. Yeah, you better run, buddy. Look at the wolf in the background. Let me at him! Let me at him! Okay, we found some more stuff. That's fine. Yikes, that's a close one. Okay. Where does this lead us? Oh, that's not what we don't want to flee. We're gonna take her on. Bring it, Guardian of the Blue. Oh. Yeah, climbing down these trees was a lot easier. That's true. You silly wolf. Alright, Grenn. No! Oh, what? That didn't trigger? How did that happen? Smilodon has a special gift for not triggering traps, it seems. Or the traps only work on barons, that's why. Not on barons' companion animals. Athletics, yeah, let's try that. Jump off. There we go, piece of cake. Alright, what else do we have? You want us to fight some more stuff? Bring it. Bring it, Guardian. Come on. Where are you at? Where are you at, homie? Okay, let's take a look at this side of the wall. No, that's about it, I guess. There seems to be some loot downstairs still. Okay, and we cannot enter here. Nope, there's nothing there. So, where is that loot? Let me check. Oh, there it is. Well, now, that was disappointing. Oh, there is more. There is more. Okay. Ooh, exciting. No, what are you doing? Smilodon, nobody told you to attack. Let that thing trigger the traps. It doesn't? Okay, well now you can attack. And still doesn't trigger any traps. Okay. Oh, now we cannot loot it because it's on top of the trap. Great. Ooh. Can we move past it actually? Yes. Okay, Smilodon, you can do it too. So what's in the journal now? The Baron must either defeat the monsters or escape. I would choose the latter, yeah, right. So did that end the quest actually? Yes. Okay, good. Now it's on to the old beldame. Here are your black rattlecaps. The old woman smells the mushrooms and takes a small bite. She chews on it slowly for a moment, then grins, a gleam in her eye. Ha, strong. These will be good, alright. Okay then. Another task crossed off the list. Okay, we're gonna put Amiri on this task for sure. So the cursed bald hilltop makes its presence felt once more. Maddened forest beasts horribly warped by magical putrescence are emerging from the forest and attacking our peasants and travelers. These attacks have already disrupted trade and damaged the harvest. If they are allowed to continue, the consequences will be dire. So we are gonna send Amiri there. And then I'm gonna go there myself as well to see if I still need to do something over there. I'm gonna head back to Solistar now, grab the party, and then head to Bald Hilltop. The barony managed to persevere and enjoys peace once again. Oh, great. Thanks for that, Amiri. So does that mean I don't have to go there now? That might be the case, right? Okay, so there's another 2 more days before Tristian is back. So we're gonna continue. We have time to prepare for the next attack from the Bald Hilltop. So a new attack has begun. We need to get to Bald Hilltop right away and defeat whatever enemies we find there. Ah, okay. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It sounds as if there are monsters here now. There was some sound at least.
All according to plan.
A bear-like treant. Okay, well.
Let us strike as one.
Well, there is a lot of monsters coming through. Phew. Okay. Can we grab stuff from them? We sure can. Anything else we can do around here?
In due time.
So this is actually what I failed to do the previous time. I just did the event and then I failed to come here myself. And that made the curse stronger, apparently.
That is not far.
So I didn't want to make that same mistake twice.
As it should be.
Wasn't a very difficult battle, since we are a good team. Okay, so in that case, I want to go to Lost Library now. Varask the Wild Fist. Well, that's a cool name. An elderly half-orc looks at you without any friendliness. His clothes are covered with spots and he looks exhausted and sickly. What are you looking at? Can't you see Master Varask is not well? On my last legs? Go along, leave me to my unhappy fate. Despite the cantankerous tone, there is certain confidence in the half-orc's voice, especially in how proudly he spoke the word master. What's your name? Varask the Wild Fist, they call me. I was once an armor and weapons maker. I'm more of a corpse than a master now. Some evil people took everything from me, my family, my house, my craft, even took my tools, everything. What happened there? What happened? It was a calamity. I was going about my business and then I fell ill, cut down by a fever. Been burning up for 3 weeks. I thought I would die more than once. Local merchant saved me. Kind soul, damn him. Saved me, but not for free. Took everything I had as payment. Even my precious work tools, the last of my treasures. I'm useless like this. What good am I to anyone? But if I got my tools back, I'd be quite alright. I used to make such weapons and armor, they sold faster than I could make them. But without my tools, I'm useless. If you tried to use a regular hammer to forge like I do, you'd just ruin a good thing. I'd bend the tongues and wouldn't make anything worth putting my name to. A trickster got everything I need. Someone is yawning about the story. I'm guessing this is, who would that be? Let's see, probably the dead elf. Blanking on her name right now, okay. Listen, I can tell you got money. Maybe you need an armorer. If you help me, I'll serve you. I'll make formidable weapons for you, ones that just beg for enemies' blood. But first I need my tools back. Okay. Must be purchased from the vendor. Would that be this vendor right here? That would be easy. Varask's tools. Oh, it is. Is there anything else? No? Okay, well, I'll do an even better thing and I'll just trade him for a whole bunch of stuff that I have no use for whatsoever. And maybe I get some money. Let's see, is there anything else over here? Let's sell the rattle caps, we don't need them anymore. Amulet of Natural Armor, I'm gonna keep that for a moment. Leather armor can go. And all of that stuff can go too. There we go, we even gained some money. Here are your tools. Can I have them back? Really? Thank you so much. Well, now I'll be alright. I'll have food on the table, I'll get rid of this damn fever and do what I promised my children. And I'll keep my promise. Give me a place to set up shop and I'll work hard to repay you. Okay. Let's see if there is anyone else in here. Ooh. We can enter a location, you know what that means. Oh. Well, this time it doesn't mean that we can loot. What is ailing Amiri, actually? Blindness, really? Permanent? Blindness can be removed by remove blindness spell. Holy crap, seriously? Okay, well, I guess someone needs to cast that spell then.
Ready for
Let's see,
anything.
Nazriel. A stunning elven lady turns to you. Her hair is immaculate and her eyes are deep water. Her beauty is like a bird of prey. She's also heavily armed. As she sees you, her superior air fades, leaving a charming smile on her face. How fortunate, your grace. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Nazriel, the weaponsmith. I can craft the deadliest weapons mortals can make, and I'd like to take the opportunity to pay my respects. As soon as I found out you were here, I dispatched one of my apprentices, but of course the bonehead failed his mission. Would you like to hear an offer that would be to our mutual benefit? What do you have to offer? I hope to start serving you in exchange for your protection. You see, my creations are not to everyone's liking. In the lands where I come from, demand for artful blades is low. The heavier and cheaper ones are better for peasants. I had to swallow my pride and do such work merely to survive. I know that serving you will allow me to earn true recognition. I'm offering you a contract. You will provide me with a workplace and all the necessary resources, and I shall fill your arsenal with perfect instruments of death. More, I will craft for you personally an amazing and deadly weapon for which there is no equal. I've long been looking for a warrior worthy of this masterpiece. All you need to do is sign the contract and place your first order. Do we have a deal? I agree to make a deal with you. Thank you. Sign here, please, and here. Done. Alright. No one can touch a court blacksmith. I will order my apprentices to pack up my materials and take them to the new workshop, which you will kindly provide me with. As soon as I am settled, I'll send one of my people to deliver your order. I'd like to know more about you. Tell me about yourself. My weapons define me. I've been drawn to it since I was a child. I have over 300 blades at home, each of them special. I wanted to be a professional weaponsmith, so I learned to craft from the greatest masters of Keonan. But then my comrades in craft and we had a bit of a falling out. A few bastards dared to question my skill, felt that I could only shed this burden outside Keonan. And you know what? I swore then that I would prove that I'm head and shoulders above them. Two of them paid the price even when I was working back home. They couldn't stand the competition and went bankrupt. That's where all my competition is headed. Tell me about your craft. My art. A mere craftsman would attach a piece of wood to a piece of iron and be happy with their work. It's not how I do it. I listen to a weapon, I talk to it, I spark its desire for blood and violence. This gives you two warriors in the battlefield, a soldier and their swords. Of course I pay close attention to detail. A sharper bevel will allow the blade to cut through the flesh, not into it. Change the angle of the point and the blade will pierce through armor like a stitching owl without sliding. I learned all this from weapons. Just need to be able to know what you're looking at. Tell me about your apprentices. The boneheads? Why would you care about them? It doesn't matter anyway. I recruit apprentices for simple tasks. They sign my contracts, they obey me, and they take full responsibility for any harm they suffer during service. One of them, Sartain, works in the smithy. The other, Detail, tests finished weapons and runs errands. Okay, so what I want to do now is travel around the Kamelands a little bit, like inside of these rivers, and then claim these, whatever it is, mine, sapphire field and things like that. So let's explore a little bit.
I tire.
So Tristian has returned from his rolling his giant blunt The messengers managed to persuade the peasants to thoroughly weed their fields. The crops were saved. Loyalty +3. Okay. An Embed Travelers send an interesting offer, okay. And the general requests an audience again. We're gonna do this trade agreement with Mygar Varn, since he's an ally. And this love of the people part seems good as well, so let's do that as well, since that provides a nice bonus when building in probably in Lost Library, maybe. And then we're gonna explore a bit more, so let's move on. Uh-oh. Cultists. Oh great, do we have cultists now? Archer. Okay, so one Smilodon can grab the archer over there. There is another archer. Let's give that one to the wolf. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
All according to plan.
So, cultists, what are you doing here? Is that because I allowed, like, the old religions to have a presence? Could be. Would be cool if that was directly related to that choice. Belongs to a region outside of your territories. Okay. There is the Bold Stones. Let's check out that region. What is this? Torpor the Great Nightmare. Is that the skeleton salesman's horse? Yikes. Okay, well, that was that needed a good amount of hits, let's put it like that. And it doesn't give us any loot whatsoever. That's a pity.
In due time. That is not far.
The horse is still burning. Yep. Okay, looks like that's about all. This location. A burning horse.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
So, 2 culture that we can claim. There we go.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Alright, +2 community with some building and crafting materials. It's always welcome. And some ancient magical writings that we're gonna claim as well for another community. Alright, another area. And some more cultists, great. I'm assuming they're cultists, yes. Who are you calling a traitor? What the hell? It doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's visit the wolf lair.
We will prevail.
Just take wasted.
Well, that's a whole bunch of them. It's gonna be a whole bunch of pelts. There we go.
As it should be.
Can we enter this? No. Okay. Wolf Victims Book. There are many goblin tribes in Aviston. These militant creatures do not construct cities, instead they build their settlements in forests, ancient ruins, or in caves. Goblins do not farm, they collect waste, rob and loot, in other words, parasitize on more developed civilizations, who avoid any diplomatic relations with these dangerous pests. Goblins experience pathological fear of horses and dogs. Despite this, they do not disdain the company of wolves, which they use as mounts. In battle, goblin riders are terrifying. They are a striking force that breaks into the enemy's formation and carries horror and death to all who happen to be caught on the way. Goblins are often accompanied by wargs. These creatures are larger than ordinary wolves and have even more ferocious temper. Although wargs allow goblins to ride on their backs, it's highly questionable who is the master and who is the pet among those two. Another beast which should be known to the curious explorer of the wolves and goblin tribes is the Barghest. Scientists consider these monstrous creatures to be related to goblins, but in appearance they are very similar to wolves. Barghests are very dangerous. They are able to shapeshift to instill a feeling of something. I thought the complete text was on one page, but I was wrong. Let's see. To instill a feeling of boundless despair in their victims and tear them apart while they are in helpless state. For the goblins, bar guests are sacred creatures. They believe these monsters once initiated the goblin race. I see, so I think we can expect some bar guests somewhere here. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe I already killed one. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the wolves, to be honest. Alright, that's the end of one part of the map. Let's see if we have another attack over here. There's another wolf.
To arms!
There we go. Well, that was the wolf's lair. Alright, from here we are gonna travel back to Solistar. I beg pardon for the intrusion, Your Grace, but I'm afraid I have bad news. Castle, you're always bringing bad news. What's up with that? Magic beasts are attacking people across the country. No one knows where they come from. But if the situation continues to develop as it has, it may pose a serious problem. Fortunately, there is good news as well. The Embat Travelers have offered their help to fight the monsters. I expect this would be a good opportunity to invite some guests from neighboring countries to join the hunt. Would you mind that? Who are the Embat Travelers? Embat Forest rises from a fecund area in the River Kingdoms full of stagnant marshes and low hills. A band of rangers called the Embat Travelers makes its home in the dense marshy forest. The group maintains a number of camps throughout the forest and they make the best guides in that area. Oh, cool. Who are these Embat Travelers and what would they ask for their help? Embat Forest is south of your domain. It's a dangerous place, swarming with wicked fae and other magical creatures. Embat Travelers are renowned for their mastery of eliminating such threats. They don't ask for much compensation for traveling expenses and the right to keep any trophies they hunt down. This seems a fair price to me. Whom will we invite for the hunt? We need to establish connections with our closest neighbors, Petax and Mivon. I'll invite someone from King Aravetti's inner circle, as well as some Aldori sword lords from Mivon. Aldori from Mivon? I thought sword lords were from Baravoy. Mivon is mostly controlled by the Aldori exiles. They descend from those who preferred to flee when Coral the Conqueror arrived in Restov with his dragons. I would advise against reminding them of that shameful story. How would you describe the relationships between Mivon and Petax? Typical for the River Kingdoms, they have an armed-to-the-teeth truce with regular skirmishes along the border. They have many mutual issues, but they won't grab for their swords as soon as they see each other, especially not on neutral ground. Good idea. Invite the guests. I'll give the necessary orders immediately. My respects, Your Grace. I'm sorry to disturb you, but there is an important issue concerning my responsibilities. As a curator, I could not help but notice that the level of education in your barony is abysmal. Many citizens don't know how to read, and they send their children out not to study, but to work from dawn to dusk. We must break this vicious circle. Make the first step, ordering the opening of village schools, or at least contact the priests who are educated enough to teach their congregation reading, writing, and natural science. Of course, this will require no little investment, but the result will justify any expense. We will open schools. I don't want my lands to be inhabited by uneducated bumpkins. A wise decision, Your Grace. Loyalty +2. Okay. What's up, Valerie? Valerie keeps silent for a few moments, pursing her lips. I don't know where to begin. You see, your subjects, who until recently felt only suspicion towards you, are gradually changing their minds. What you've been able to do for the barony has apparently made them feel that they can bring you any problem they have, even the most trivial. The neighbor of a local shepherd has taken his cow. Apparently the owner let it graze in her backyard, and now the woman refuses to return the animal. According to her, she tolerated the imposition long enough and now feels the milk belongs to her. The shepherd, of course, is demanding the return of his property. Seriously? As I see it, the shepherd is right. The cow belongs to him and it must be returned to the owner. Although if you want to know my other opinion, this is a matter for the village chief or a village council or something of the sort, not for the supreme ruler of the lands. This barony may not be vast, but that doesn't mean the peasants should bother you with such trifles. I will not deal with such trifles. Send the petitioner away and don't waste any more of my time. I shall do precisely as you ordered. Listen to me, Grenn Blackforge. What happened to your grace, Amiri? Come on. I didn't become your general to chase criminals and hang bandits. I used to be able to deal with it along with everything else, but now your army is big and I don't have any extra time for guard duty. You need to hire a warden to keep order on the streets. There's something else. Your soldiers are gonna have to start sleeping on the grounds outside. There are more and more soldiers, but there aren't no more houses for them. Of course, I'm all for teaching the new recruits how to survive in any conditions, but these wimps will run away like babies if they don't get beds. Here's what I think. If we build barracks for them, let's do it on the border. Let them find their feet there, patrol the area, catch some spies. And if someone attacks us, then good. A real battle is better than any training. What do you say? Where do we put the barracks? We'll place the barracks at the borders. That's more like it. Let them see firsthand what it's like to be a warrior. Okay then. Curious what that will be like. Grenn Blackforge, spare me a few minutes. You are the ruler of these lands and I don't dare tell you what to do, but I just can't stand silently and watch what's happening behind your back. There are rumors on the streets of a savage goddess enraged by your appearance in her lands. They say she cursed you, and now you bring woe and death to everyone around you. This used to be just idle talk, but now, when we're surrounded by so much death and suffering, the people are ready to truly believe it, and it seems that someone is playing upon your subjects' fears. I saw barkers in the streets telling citizens of a prophet who was building his own kingdom. According to them, the goddess stands ready to grant forgiveness to any who cleanse themselves of the curse. This cleansing is accomplished to a terribly cruel death. These horrific deaths involve a wild beast appearing from inside the body, and they think it's a blessing. I cannot allow my subjects to be taken in by such nonsense. I shall deal with these provocations immediately. Good. Perhaps after uncovering this mystery, we'll find out more about the nature of the curses hanging over the stolen lands. I mean, there must be a reason that these cultists shout out about you and the receiving Shout about you receiving the goddess punishment. If we wish to understand, we must find one of those barkers and learn from them all we can. Sadly, these street preachers scare quite easily and avoid our guards. I'll begin my search without delay. When you find time, look for me on the streets of the capital. I hope that when we meet, I will have already found someone who can tell us more about this strange goddess and her followers.
Hunting together with foreign guests not only helped solve the problem of rapidly multiplying magical animals, it also improved our relationships with our neighbors. But little did we know that this innocent fun would be the start of a real catastrophe.
Alright, so... There's a whole bunch of stuff that happened again. There's a whole bunch of projects coming up. So let's take a quick look. We've all done these. Okay. So, advisor. Okay, we need to select a new advisor, the warden. And who can we choose? We can choose Keston Gress for that. Seeks to protect the barony's subjects. Well, that sounds like a good idea. So that is one job done. Defenders of the land. Oh, I only have 5 build points left. Holy shit. Okay. +1 morale bonus to attack and damage rolls while fighting within claimed regions. Oh, that's nice. It costs us 100 BP again. Some more economy. Border training camps. Military camps at the border allow for immediate solutions to military problems. Provides the general +2 when resolving problems. 125 BP. Sure. Heeding the poor and weak. Pay attention to the community and heeding every call of distress. The Regent resolves problems with a +1 bonus. 50 BP. Okay. That's something I can live with. Support the general's endeavors. Support the Regent's endeavors. The Curator's endeavors. Oh wow, we have 5 of them now. Okay, is there any more events? No. Okay, so this is 5 days, 2 days. Okay, let's see if we can rank up, and then I'm gonna end the episode. So he's busy. Tristian is busy. Jubilost is busy. Of course, everybody's going to be busy right now. Okay, the Curator is not busy. And Valerie is busy. And Amiri is also not busy. Okay, so let's do the Curator first. Where was he? Yeah. So the Curator, that is... culture. Let's put culture at 2. Can put military at 4 as well, but yeah, economy needs to go up if we want to put military at 4 to receive the complete build points. Yeah, so let's do the Curator first. Culture has reached rank 2 thanks to the Curator and the Baron. Cultural development in the barony has reached new heights. That's always positive. The priests not only lifted the face curse, but cast a protective spell over the settlement. Any further first world visitors to the settlement are in for a very unpleasant surprise. There is no doubt that order in these lands has been restored with divine +3. Great. Restoration of the Talden mine. The mine has been restored and is now ready to produce ore for our barony. Okay, that's good too. And love of the people is complete as well. And the agreement has been signed. Okay. So we have the 30 from Bavoy, we have 15 from stat ranks, we have 2 base income. But there is a whole bunch of events again. So let's see. Mysterious news. The local citizens are complaining of gigantic multicolored mushrooms. Is that before or after they've eaten the mushrooms? First, circles of such mushrooms were found far away from dwellings, but now they've begun to grow on the walls and roofs of local houses. This is a job for a harem. The warden needs your advice. Okay. Monster sightings. The locals are terrified. Their lands have become a beacon for all varieties of monsters. There have been multiple owl, bear, and wyvern sightings in the area. So this is basically Keston's job, I guess. The Rusty Dogs, a team of mercenaries known for their rust-colored armor, have arrived in the barony. The accountants recommend hiring them, while the officers recommend simply coming to an understanding with them. Okay. And there is a visitor waiting in the castle. Alright, so let's see, 50% chance. Let's add a crisis point. Then the warden needs my advice. Okay, monster sightings. We're gonna send Keston Gares to that one. Get him into his new job. And the Rusty Dogs, we're gonna send Jubilost. And start that event as well. Okay, and that is where I'm gonna end the episode. I will continue with whatever it is that these visitors need to talk about in the next episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you are enjoying the content, by all means hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want to follow along, subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks a lot, and I will see you in the next episode.